What up, my hood rat racers? Welcome back to the channel. We're back from Texas 2K. Huge shout out to Adam for letting me drive the Supra again. That was amazing. And good thing we came back when we did, because they closed down the borders today. Now, amidst this whole crisis thing going on, I don't want to say it because YouTube might be like, demonetized. Anyways, I'm in quarantine for the next 14 days. And what a better place to be in quarantine than out in the garage. We're going to slap this bad boy. It's going to fall apart, all the rust and stuff. And we're going to do some work on this thing. Clearly, according to my numbers, y'all weren't interested in Texas 2K, so we're gonna do some stuff you guys are interested in.
Wow.
Oh shit. What is this?
Maple syrup.
Oh my god, you brought this from Canada.
I did.
Thank you, Kyle. Holy shit, good to meet you. I was like...
So, it might be a mix between this and that to get both cars running, because spring is in the air, even though it's minus 15 out right now and it's snowing. Spring is in the air. So we got a power steering cooler because we're running a smaller pulley, which means this is going to spin a lot faster, which means our power steering fluid is going to heat up more. So we're going to run a cooler on it just to hopefully keep things cool. So I'm just going to make a couple mounts for this one. Just a couple little L brackets that we can bolt to our rad support in front of the intercooler there. And then the lines will just run down under beside the intercooler. And as of lately, I've been trying to keep things super simple and not complicate things and not overthink them. So I'm just gonna cut two pieces of little strips out of aluminum, and then that's gonna be it. Remember, anything's a hammer, and a drip punch can also be used as a center punch. There it is, it just sits right there. Two little holes, two little brackets. The lines are gonna follow to the right there and then up between our intercooler right there. Gotta keep it simple. Also, while I was under there, I put on the transmission converter bolts. So now we have a complete drivetrain except for a drive shaft and rear end, which we still need to do, but I'm gonna talk really fast because I'm gonna make it look like I'm doing lots of things, but I'm actually not because I've been texting. So as you can see, we have some junk back here, and my stupid ass, when we do garage cleanups, I just take shit and I'm like, yeet, and I throw it away. And I think I threw away our high pressure fitting for our power steering pump, so now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna mount the high pressure line to this setup. All right, next up on our list of things to do here, we have a set of turbo headers that were originally mine, but I sold them. And then the guy who had bought them actually donated the 8.8 to the Malibu, so he needs some welding done on these. He rerouted the number one, or like the furthest cylinder back, because it hit his strut tower on his specific application. So normally the header would run from like here and run up like beside this one into the runner, except it would hit the strut tower, so we had to reroute it underneath everything else and back up to clear the strut tower. So we got to weld the runner up. He's gonna have to take it back, refit it, and then we can weld the flanges on both ends just to make sure everything fits. So I have to weld up two runners here, and then they're gonna fit into the collectors. We have to weld like the little bullet things on the end here too, and the flanges, but it's not bad taking on stuff like this where you kind of get free welding practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by tacking it all up, wiping it all down to be clean, and then we'll finish welding everything else. So this is a little before shot here. You can see we're actually using 304 for this runner, and this is actually 409. So we're going to have to do a little bit of rod changing there. We've got a little bit of gaps on some of the things, so that's going to be a hurdle to overcome as well. Well, this project, it's ultimately sucking. There's like little tiny holes everywhere, and then I can't tell where it's beveled, which means I blow through sometimes as well because the thickness is different the whole way across. So number 2 came out a lot better. I had to take the low and slow approach because the consistencies with like the thickness of metal and like the little bit of gaps and stuff, it was like I would just go and go and go and it'd be perfect and you wouldn't notice anything and just like whoop, it would just drop out from under you because it was too thin. And I was like, damn it! So low and slow, baby, low and slow. We got that one finished up. So he'll probably put that all together, get those little bullet things on, then bring it back. We'll weld that up and maybe it'll go better next time. Now that we're finished that stupid side project, we're gonna take these super sweet turbo manifolds that we built and we're gonna mount them up and just see kind of where we're at and where we can place our turbo again on this one. And because Jesse brought us over some piping, we can kind of see where our Maven mount is gonna go. And to be completely honest, right after Texas 2K, after seeing like some of the cars that went and drag racing again, it's kind of hard for me to like get back in the street car mentality, because as much as I loved drag racing and having a drag racing car, the Supra, I kind of wish it was back to a street car. So I have to keep remembering that I want this to be a street car. I want to be able to just like start up and drive it away. So no, Kyle, you cannot cut everything out of the front of this, and don't let Kent anywhere near this car. So here's our free 99 manifolds. Obviously, if we want to beautify them, we can like grind these down and then get rid of all the rust and stuff. You can worry about that after. The plan here is to once again join this one up underneath the car and join these two together and then into a T4 flange over here somewhere. So almost immediately after saying I'm gonna keep it a street car, I'm gonna cut this frame rail out. I think I'm gonna cut right here and right here. I'm just gonna plate it in and then use a piece of this bar. We'll bend this up. And that's we're gonna join our frame rail and we're gonna use our mount here. And then that'll join up and it'll be a perfect spot to mount the turbo. I guess there ain't no turning back now. Weight savings, that was like less than the amount of bar that we're gonna put in there. So what I'm thinking is like cut up some of this plate, weld it there on this side, and then we'll use some of our bar to mount our mount in. So we got one done down here, but I didn't realize that my plate's a little bit too narrow to do the second one. So I'm gonna wait until I get some actual thicker plate instead of like trying to put this on and hammer the frame rail in. But I didn't realize was how friggin' like high I am in here, or whatever it is with argon gas. I just don't feel like I'm just all loopy. So maybe I'll take a break here. I'll go home. I'll probably edit this up. It's just great to be back in Canada, man. Just tinkering and playing around. We got our big VS turbo here. It feels buttery, man. We need a power steering line that goes from dash 6 to whatever the thing is on the rack. So if you guys know where I can get one of those real fast, probably a local machine shop could probably make one, like somewhere who does hydraulic fittings. Yeah, and then I need to get the rear end put together because that still didn't happen. But I had a great time in Texas 2K. I'm glad you guys are back with me in the garage, just back some normal programming. And I have a couple exciting things coming up real soon as we get either one of these out here. So peace easy and get that V.